Hey guys, today I am teaching Nova by Nick Stumphauzer. So before we get started, there are a few things I want to note. First, as far as I know, there used to be a free tutorial on Theory 11's website by Nick. However, that tutorial is no longer available for some reason, and to me that's not fair for newer cardists who want to learn this move, who weren't around this several years ago whenever it was available. Now, if you do some digging, you can find the original tutorial, which is how I learned the move, but that tutorial is still a bit dated, being made several years ago, and even Nick has changed his performance since then. And also, while I do think Nick did a good job teaching the move, there are a few tips that I have gained from practicing that I want to share with you guys. So usually I don't teach moves that don't have the original tutorial available for free on YouTube by the original creator. However, this is a little different based on the reasons I already mentioned. So the point being is that, as far as I know, I'm not sharing any pirated material, and of course all credit goes to Nick, and even I think Nick gives credit to Aviv and Patrick for the inspiration, so all credit to them. I'm only here to just share this move with you guys so that you can expand your Cardistry arsenal of moves, and that's the goal. And then another thing I want to note is that I do perform Nova a little differently than Nick, because I first saw it done by Weston Hamilton, who performs it differently from Nick. I like the way I perform it, so I just kept performing it like that, although I am of course still practicing, trying to make it a better performance. But yeah, I'll go over all that more later in this video. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, so first off, some good moves to know before is the corner grip and rotation, like this, or either corner works. And then also some card twirls like flicker and bullet. And also Lego Love. And I'll have a tutorial linked in the description box for all those moves, and that way you're more familiar with the mechanics. But anyway, to start, you're going to take your dominant hand, middle finger, and thumb, and contact these corners. So since I'm right-handed, I'm going to contact the top right corner and bottom left corner. Pick up a packet of about 4 to 15 cards. Ideally closer to 7 might be a good amount. You just want to have enough cards in the packet to where it's not too flimsy and that you can pull off cards, but you also don't want it to be too thick to where it's hard to rotate and it starts to split. So just pick up and figure out what's comfortable for you. But once you pick up that packet, you're going to take your thumb of your non-dominant hand and push on this top corner and kind of move your dominant hand towards your thumb to where the packet turns face up. So just like that. Then you're going to bring this packet away and use your index finger to contact the long edge, and it's going to pull down on that packet to turn it face down, and then your index finger is going to push through to turn the packet face up, and now your index finger is underneath that packet. Now at the same time you're doing that rotation, you're going to take your thumb of your non-dominant hand and push off a single card to where your ring finger can go underneath that card and your middle finger can clip on top of it. And so then you should be able to clip it like this, but we don't do this extension yet. That'll be later in the flourish. But basically you just need to get in this position, and that's the setup. So those were the two motions together like that. Now from here, you want to have your pinky on the front of the packet on this corner, which is opposite of your middle finger and opposite of your thumb. So it's on the bottom. But we are not pulling off a single card yet. We are just getting into that position so that we are ready to pull off a single card, but do not pull off the card yet, or else you're going to ruin the explosive moment of the move. So again, this is just the setup, and you're going to take your thumb and place it on the top of this packet and pull off a single card completely. So you're separating your two hands, and then this dominant thumb is going to touch on the bottom or on the face of the card that you just pulled off, and basically this knuckle is going to touch kind of where the pad of the thumb is. So it comes underneath like this, and your knuckle is contacting the pad of your thumb. So from here is now where the first explosive moment of the move occurs. We had our pinky on this face. We're going to pull off a card, and we're going to let it slip from our middle finger, and we're going to keep pulling that card with our pinky until we can clip it with our ring finger, like so. So this single card is now being held between your ring finger and pinky finger, like this. So as you get in this position, you're going to take that card that we had earlier, and you're going to extend it. So basically what's happening here is your middle finger and ring finger switch places to rotate the card. Your middle finger was on top and your ring finger was on bottom, and they just switch places like this while they're still clipping the card. So as soon as you extend all those cards like this, you want to take your index finger of your dominant hand and rotate that corner grip packet to where it is not quite with the back to the ceiling, but more kind of vertical like this. And then once you get it to that position, you're going to take your ring finger, which is holding that single card, and you're going to contact the edge. I like to contact kind of towards the middle. It doesn't matter. You just want to make sure you have a good grip between your ring finger and thumb here and here, so that you can let go with your middle finger. And that ring finger is still clipping onto that single card with your pinky. So you've got kind of this grip. And then from here, you're going to put your middle finger where the back design is, which in this case could also, I guess, be the front. But it's going to go here, and your index finger goes on the back of the packet. So you should get in this position, and you're going to use your middle finger to pull off a single card from the front, and your index finger kind of serves as counter pressure so that you are able to peel off that card, and you're going to clip that card between your middle finger and index finger like so. So far we have this, and now we need to get the other card rotation. So basically you have that single card in this position, and your index finger is in the spot to reach on the face of the card on the same side as your ring finger to grip that card, and then you can let go with your ring finger. So now the card is being clipped between your index finger and middle finger, and again your index finger and middle finger are going to switch places to rotate that card, kind of like you would in Bullet. And that's like a good card twirl you can practice independently of the rest of the flourish. But anyway, combining all those moves, you want to do both card flares at the same time. So you rotate this card in your non-dominant hand and this card in your dominant hand at the same time. I personally like to angle my hands like so. So basically, if I'm in this position, once I peel off all the cards, my dominant hand goes down. I turn my wrist downward to where my index finger and middle finger with that single card is closest to the ground, while this non-dominant hand with this single card is closest to the sky. So you get more of like a vertical kind of display. And we'll go over more of the performance styles later. So all the motions together should get you into this position. Now to close, first off, the closer can be a bit messy. You're going to take this single card in your non-dominant hand and just curl your fingers in to place that single card on top of the base packet. As you're doing that, you're going to unrotate this single card by bringing your index finger underneath your middle finger. And you're going to kind of slide your dominant hand across the face of this single card. And you're just going to slide that card between your index finger and middle finger. Is going to go underneath this single card, and you're both just going to lay them down like so. And then from here, you're going to re-grip with your middle finger on the corner of this corner grip packet so that you can let go with your ring finger on that packet. And then you're going to curl in your ring finger and pinky finger. So you need to be able to just like do this, so that way you can place the card down. Now you want to turn your wrist to where that card is coming in from your non-dominant side. So for me it's coming in from the left. Do this motion, this little rotation. And then you're going to take your index finger to once again rotate that packet face up, and then align the edges to where your dominant thumb is lined up with the top dominant corner, and you're just going to flip that packet on top like so. So the closer, close this card, bring these two cards together and close them, re-grip, bring this card in, flip this on top. So as I said, I like to kind of bring my hands to opposite directions, where one's closer to the ground and one's closer to the sky. And I do it like this because that's how I first saw Nova performed. I first saw it done by Weston Hamilton on Instagram, and I just really like that style, so that's how I tried to do it. Now, of course, I'm not as good as Weston Hamilton, but I'm sure he's also been doing it much longer than I have. Now, the original way, I'm pretty sure that Nick did it, was just to kind of rotate those single cards. Like, it's not going full extension like that. It's maybe a small little rotation like that, if that makes sense. So instead of exaggerating the motion where one goes up, one goes down, it's more just swing it subtly.
This move can be performed in several different ways. My favorite way to perform it is quickly, explosively, and focusing on this part right here as the most displayed. The closer should be done smoothly and all with intention.
The more recent style that I saw Nick perform it was in the Rise Magic reel, where he does it with this single card rotated twice. Now, I can't do it. He's just got a lot better dexterity and I guess more space on this card, like where he can re-grip it with his ring finger to do that extension twice. If you want to do it like that, you can, and it's also a nice flashy style. And then of course you can just perform Nova with your own style, because there's a lot of flexibility in how you perform Nova. Alright guys, so that was the tutorial, and if you are struggling with this move, be sure to first rewatch this video in case you miss a tip or mechanic and need to look back on it. Then practice it at least for a few days. Basically just practice it to make sure it's not just something new that you need to get comfortable with and that you're actually struggling. And if you are still struggling, feel free to comment an issue or reach out and I can do my best to help you. Or if you just want to comment something else, feel free to do that as well. But yeah, that's the video, and of course more hopefully to come soon. I do have another move that a lot of people want to learn, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. So yeah, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully we can get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of February, because that would be cool. But for those of you who are already subscribed, thank you for the support. And again, I'm trying to keep bringing out content since a lot of other cardistry channels are less active, and of course I'm busy with like college and stuff, but I'm really trying to get some videos out to you guys. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Feel free to comment them down below. But for those of you who are already subscribed, thank you for the support. Today we are going over Nova by Nick Stumphauzer. Yeah.